everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where we will give you your serial killer fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm Sam Rossi, and shortly I will be handing a poorly written synopsis of a serial killer to my brother, who hasn't read it, on a serial killer he's most likely hasn't heard of. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thanks, Sam. During 1985 and 1986 in Honolulu, Hawaii, 5 women were raped and murdered by an unknown assailant. He's the second known serial killer in the state of Hawaii. This is the Honolulu Strangler. On May 29, 1985, Vicky Purdy left home to go clubbing with friends, but never met them. She was found down an embankment wearing her yellow jumpsuit with her hands bound. She was raped and strangled. On January 14, 1986, Regin Sakamoto missed her bus to school and was last heard from her boyfriend when she called him to tell him she was going to be late. Her body was found the next morning down an embankment, partially dressed, and her hands were once again bound. The two cases were linked because of the similarities of the case. Denise Hughes went missing January 30th, 1986. When she didn't show up to work, her body... I put the wrong emphasis there. Her body was found January 30th, 1986, when she didn't show up to work. Period. Her body was wrapped in a blue tarp. It wasn't that she didn't show up to work, so her body was wrapped in a blue tarp. It was her body was wrapped in a blue tarp, so she didn't go to work. And dressed in a blue dress. She was strangled and raped. With the third murder, a serial killer task force was started on February 5th. Luis Medeiros was found on April 2nd, partially clothed and her hands bound behind her back. Police set up operations using women to catch this killer. I don't like when these are just lists of the victims. It makes it very hard to be funny.
I know. I don't know how to make it better.
It's not that it makes it better.
I don't know how to not...
That's the problem with Unsolved.
This is true.
Linda Pesci? Pesh?
Pesci? Pesci looks better.
Linda Pesh, or Pesci, left home April 29th, again 1986, and was not seen again alive. A guy named Howard Gay, really?
Really?
Okay, told cops that a psychic had told him where the body was located. He took them there and only found nothing. Police searched all of Sand Island before finding Pesci's body. She was nude and her hands bound behind her back. Police profiled that the killer was an opportunist who attacked vulnerable women, not one that stalked his victims or knew them beforehand. He likely lived or worked in the attacked areas. Police set up roadblocks to talk to frequent commuters to Sand Island. A witness came forward to say that they had seen a light-colored van and a Caucasian, or possibly mixed-race man, with Pesci's car. Howard Gay, being the only person who came forward as a lead, was arrested on May 9th as the primary suspect. Talking to his ex-wife and girlfriend, brought forth his consensual. Yeah, I know. You made it look like a V.
Sorry.
Talking to his ex-wife and girlfriend, brought forth his consensual bondage fetish. His girlfriend recalled that the nights they would fight, he would leave, which also did match the nights of the murders. He was interrogated, did fail a polygraph, although those are really not...
easy to fail.
They're really easy to fail and really easy to fake. And was released. Police followed him, and private businesses put up a $25,000 reward for any information. A witness came forward and picked Gay out of a lineup, saying that he was with Pesci the night of her murder. She did not want to be a part of the case, though, because she knows that he saw her that night as well. Howard Gay died in 2003. The cases, however, still remain unsolved. Although, that's the end of what Sam wrote. Now it's time for me to proselytize.
Proselytize.
Yeah, it's a good word, and I never get to use it.
I don't think I've ever actually used that word or heard it
So
before.
why was he released?
They couldn't, there wasn't any physical evidence linking him to anything outside of
potentially someone saw him with her.
Right.
And if they didn't want to come forward, like if they didn't want to
be a part of the case, they
probably
came forward, said, "This is the guy I saw."
No, I will not put this on. I won't stand on trial for, or I won't go to the trial for it.
Right.
Because he knows I saw him too.
I saw him. He saw me. We kind of, you know.
We had a moment. It was weird and awkward, and then I realized he murdered somebody.
Yeah.
So that moment it became extra awkward. But there's actually a really interesting discussion point to have here, where this is officially an unsolved case, or these are unsolved cases.
These are officially still unsolved cases, though they believe that Howard Gay
was the one responsible for it.
Correct.
And given that once he started getting investigated, the murders stopped.
Murders with the same MO
Well, yeah,
not
obviously,
show up.
Obviously, you're not going to... One person doesn't commit all the murders.
You're right.
Well...
But the fact that that there are 2 serial killers known to the state of Hawaii, and there's technically a third one, but it doesn't. It's more of a serial rapist than a serial killer.
You know, rapists just bug me out, man. Let's get some Gilda Rays back up here. Let's kill some babies to summon demons.
Well, I've been looking at different ones. They're not as crazy as, you know...
You were allowed to be in the 1400s?
I
think it was 1400s, right?
Yeah, that was Giles stories.
Yeah, that was during the 100 Years of War there.
Yeah.
But anyways, so... But this is where it is to me. Like, he failed the poly. And again, polys are, I think...
easier to fail than they are to pass.
They are, because especially when you're in a police interrogation room, your heart rate's already going to be...
You're nervous to begin with.
Unless you're a fucking freak. No, that's not fair. Some people do not have the same anxiety issues.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that, you know, not everybody...
And that's why I think polygraphs, I think they're no longer admissible evidence.
Nope, you can't use them in court, and I am 90% sure that's in all 50 states in
I
the
think
US.
the only thing they're used for now, outside of Maury episodes,
I mean, a lot more...
we determined that was a lie. But is pretty much just for a lawyer. Like,
yeah,
it's one of those things where, and this is a discussion possibly for another time, let us know on Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah, we're on the facial book.
We're on the facial book and the titters. Now, but polygraphs are... I would like to actually know, like, did he admit to anything? Did he have... Because if they interrogated him, he had to have a good alibi. Or at least one that they couldn't disprove.
Right.
You can't turn around and be like, no, I couldn't have killed them. I went for a walk alone in the middle of the woods. Well, you know what I mean? Yes, I had a fight with my girlfriend, who I like binding, gagging, and choking, and calling her Anyways, I had a fight with her, so I left. Cool. Where'd you go? I don't know. Why do I have to tell you? Nothing, pig. Usually that's actually a really bad way to handle interrogation, and usually that's when
you end up in jail.
Howard Gay would have... But they had enough information to arrest him.
But you can also think it was the 80s. All right?
Oh, that's
fair. Cannot use today's laws and today's standards of arresting.
Well, no, in New York, they would have given a slap on the ass and say, okay, just make sure it's not the people we care about. Well, I'm sorry, that was actually a very politically driven statement against the new new system of catch and release in New York.
The catch and release program, I love that. Anyways.
If you'd like to hear us do a complete fucking rambling about how New York sucks when it comes to criminal law, then please let us know.
And this is the one that we're going to never air.
Well, I'm sorry. You didn't give me a lot to...
I didn't have a lot on...
This is a good script. This is a good basic script. I hate you for that. Okay? This is actually... You needed more weed. People, donate to the Patreon. Sam needs more weed so these get funnier. Not more intricate. I give you one writing note that, hey, I'd like at least the names of the victims, and suddenly you give me all the victims,
well,
and I feel horrible because now I have to try and make...
I actually, here's the thing.
I don't know why I'm turning this into the Orson Welles behind the scenes.
On Unsolved Murders, though, I do give us the...
Well, I know. Unsolved Murders are unfair, and I always feel like they are our least funny. I know, we're not... It's horrible that we're... Again, absurdism. See my several rants about that. But...
That would be the Jerry Brudos episode.
Oh
and
my God.
Previously, if you listen to
If you listen to the behind the scenes why we do this, and the Jerry Brudos, yes, that's the one that broke AJ, me. I now speak in the third person. He's okay with that. I like how you haven't even laughed in this episode. You've just...
No, I really haven't laughed. There's not really... You're right. When it's the Unsolved, I can't throw out random stupid facts like he ran around with cow's blood.
I mean, hold on.
He was a shoe gremlin.
Ha ha ha! Howard Gay raped women.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
Please note that is allegedly, as again, this is an unsolved. I am no way saying. I mean, yes, he died in 2003, but any family. I'm not stating that he did it. I'm just saying that...
We're going to use his name because it's kind of funny.
Well, he was the one who was the primary suspect, and they give good reasons why he's at least a primary suspect.
But they didn't have enough to charge him with the actual crimes to get a conviction. And they didn't have enough to actually clear him that he wasn't the suspect. It kind of,
It really did become a thing where it's like...
They need more information, and now in 2023... we're looking at... This happened in 86, so 36 years ago.
Hey, that was the year you were born. That's how you did math quickly.
I know, right? So, 36 years ago, evidence collecting was different. The things that we could do with just the skin under our fingernails is completely different now than then.
That's very true.
So, if these crimes have, there is a third serial killer rapist that happened on Kauai? No. One of the other islands. Starts with a K. And that happened in 2004.
I would like us not to cover those. Those are a little too close to...
Yeah, even though...
I'd like to stay pre-millennium. Or at least start the crimes pre-millennium.
That's what I've been trying to do because I feel like anything that happens during our remembering lifetime is never good.
That's true.
All right. I'm Sam Rossi.
And I'm AJ Carey.
Deuces.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.